What is up, YouTube? It's the Herbal Prepper, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a vinegar tincture. And I use Bragg's, and of course it's organic. And the reason why I do that is because I've found that this brand is the most reliable. But the actual herb that we're going to be working with is going to be Lobelia, or some people say Lobelia. It is an herb that has been widely used for many different things, but I mean everything from croup to asthma to smoking, and so it's mainly focused on the respiratory system, but some people have used it for ringworm and things like that. But my use, the reason why I'm making it, is because my husband finally came to me and said, okay, I am ready to stop smoking. So I'm going to mix up something that hopefully will help fight off his cravings and help him actually want to stop smoking to a degree to where he can finally say, okay, I'm done. And now, there is nothing in this world that is going to help you stop an addiction if you physically, mentally, and I could say spiritually are not ready to travel down that path. And that is why you can't force someone to stop, because if they're not wanting to stop, then there's really nothing you're going to do. That's why some people go back to addictions, because they're not ready to stop. And so I've waited such a long time, and now he's finally ready. So I have wanted to get something that was going to be a diaphoretic, which is going to help him perspire, which is going to push out all the toxins, because my husband does not follow the same path as I do with taking only herbs. He'll take some over-the-counter medicines and stuff. Although he has a pretty good immune system, he doesn't take too much of pharmaceutical medications, thank goodness. But he has a strong immune system regardless, and some people do and some people don't, and it really just affects each individual different, which is one reason why I say I never will ever cover dosages on my YouTube channel, because for one, you're really not supposed to do that, because of I'm not a doctor and don't have a license to go off and tell you what dosages you should or should not take. But a good rule of thumb is to start small, start short, meaning time frame. You don't want to take something in large doses. But the great thing about this herb, it does have some emetic properties, which means it will help to induce vomiting if you take too much. So if you vomit, you know you've taken too much. Not necessarily true that if you vomit, you're going to die tomorrow. That's not true. You can eat something that just doesn't agree with your body and vomit. So if you do make this tincture and you do start taking it for whatever reason you want to, and you vomit, doesn't mean you're gonna die. So just take lower doses, or go see your doctor. But there are a few warnings that I wanted to put out before I went into making this. Now, because it's also an expectorant, which deals with pushing out mucus and phlegm, which is, like I said, one reason why it's so great for people that have respiratory issues, people that smoke, people that deal with a high pollution area. It will help, because sometimes they build up a phlegm and they just get to hacking and they can't get it up, and so this would be a great herb for that, along with other herbs, but this would be one good one. It does have some relaxation properties to it, similar to like what passion flower would have. It would just, or chamomile would kind of make you feel really relaxed. Not to that extent. There again, it'll affect everyone differently, but it will sometimes, and you can just counteract that with cayenne pepper, or something that's sort of like an upper. It's going to like lemon or citrus or peppermint, something that's really going to uplift you and make you feel ready for the day. And capsaicin is definitely one of those, and that's why I recommend cayenne. So let's get started. We already know that it's a diaphoretic. I've already told you that. So if you were taking this for smoking, to help quit smoking, to help stop the effects of smoking, to help stop the want to smoke, the urges, the cravings, then that will be great, because one, it's going to push out all of the toxins you are already taking in, and then the expectorant's going to push out the mucus that you might have possibly built up, and then, like I said, it does have some anti-asthmatic properties. So if you are looking for an herb that might possibly help you after the crap hits the fan, and you're asthmatic and you have inhalers, so I would definitely look towards Lobelia, or like I said, Lobelia, however you want to pronounce it. But this is definitely something I would look towards. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a clean mason jar. And I like to clean mine with my hands and soap, and then run it through my dishwasher. Now, this is about 3 ounces, and because I'm using the herb and not using the seed is much more potent. So if you find the seed and you're like, oh, I'm going to use the seed, be cautious. It's much more potent than the rest of the herb. Because I'm using the actual herb, it's very light, and so it's gonna settle, and so it doesn't weigh as much as, let's say, a root would. So this is about, let me see, I'm going to use about, with this small of a mason jar, I'm going to use, let's see, good rule of thumb is, I hear some heavy parts in there, excuse me, is a halfway to 3/4 full. Now, the reason why you don't want to go above that is because you won't have any shaking room, and then this needs to macerate. You need to shake it every day, and so if you don't have any shaking room, you're really just wasting your herb, because a lot of the liquid, the solvent, is not going to get into the all of the herb excuse me, and pull out all its properties. So with this, it is fairly light, but like I said, I do feel some stems in there. Let me see if I can show you that right there. There's a stem, and so I feel some stems and some heavy stuff, because this is the actual herb, and so it's not just like leaves or flowers or anything, so it has multiple different pieces to the plant. So I'm going to use this, and then basically, it's very difficult, you guys. Watch this. Okay, and I like to try to stir everything with a wooden spoon, not metal, for obvious reasons. See? And then you just want to pour your solvent and try to get every piece of this wet in the beginning. And what you're going to do is you're going to shake it anyways, so it's not really a big deal if you don't get it all wet now, because you will when you shake it. Now the reason, if you notice, it's all floated to the top right now, because like I said, it's fairly light. But the reason why I am using vinegar rather than alcohol is because Lobelia is fairly strong. It's a strong herb, and alcohol is gonna pull a lot more of the alkaloids out than I'm gonna need, and so I don't want to have a tincture that's gonna be too strong. And normally I would make an herb like this that's a very strong herb if I was worried about the dosage or overdosing or anything. I would make a tea, but my husband's not big into drinking teas. Me, I can sip on them all day and be fine, but especially in summer, which is September right now, but especially in summer, he does not like to drink anything that might be hot or make him hot. Come wintertime, he will drink teas, but right now, because it's a vinegar tincture, it's not going to take too long. It's only going to take about 2 weeks, and then it'll be ready. And so, now that all this is, go ahead and get a, there we go. So now that this has it's going to sit in there for 2 weeks, and I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to do my lid on it and label it and be done with it and put it in a cool, dark area. Now, again, the reason I'm going to use this is for smoking. So how does it work, you say? Well, this herb has very similar properties to nicotine, meaning the way it reacts on the body. So some herbalists say it has a narcotic effect. Like I said, it will relax you. If you want to counteract that, you want to use cayenne. Some people say it does not. Regardless, it has been known to act similar, mimic in a way, nicotine on the brain. So when you have the urge to smoke, you would simply take a few drops of the tincture in a little bit of water or juice or whatever you prefer, and it should fight off that urge because it reacts on your brain the same way as nicotine would, except for you don't get as much joy from this as you would from nicotine. So nicotine is much stronger. Of course, you're going to get addicted to the nicotine, whereas this you will not, or you should not, I should say. Everyone's different. Some people get addicted to the socks. I mean, you can put on a pair of socks and love the way it feels, and boom, you're addicted to buying those. And that's what I tell people, is it doesn't have to chemically be a narcotic to addict you. Anything that comforts your body could possibly addict you. I needed to mention that I am using vinegar with the mother, and the reason why I'm doing that is because the mother is the all the stuff you see at the bottom, and that's the enzyme. That's the best part of apple cider vinegar. If you don't have that, you're really wasting your time. I mean, you're going to get a little bit of benefit, but you absolutely want to use the mother. That's the best part of it. That's where all your medicinal part of the apple cider vinegar is coming from. So from this point forward, you will just cap it. I'm going to put a little bit more. You will just cap it and shake it up. And I will actually go back and put a little plastic piece over mine, because vinegar especially will rust your lids out really bad. You want to shake it and label it, and then in 2 weeks you want to strain it up, and then you want to bottle it and put it in a cool, dark area, and then you want to take it. And like I said, it really doesn't matter how you take it. You can put it in water, you can put it in juice, but you want to take it whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. But I've known some people to actually use this as like a poultice. If they can't breathe very well, they will actually stick it on between their shoulder blades, and it will help them breathe better that way, because 60% of whatever you put on your skin we actually absorb. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any extra information that I might not have covered, I will be listing some links. So let me know what you guys think. Like it, share it, and definitely we'll be putting out some more videos. I've been working on some, trying to gather up some information. I've been busy with a few other things as well, so hopefully I'll be putting some more videos up in regards to herbs and what to do after the crap hits the fan. You guys have a great day, and see you next time.